Sounds like nonsense.
Nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
Now that sounds like nonsense.
That sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
You know what
to
that
me.
sounds like?
Sounds like nonsense.
That sounds like
Sounds
nonsense.
like nonsense.
Sounds like
Is this what it's gonna
nonsense.
sound like?
Sounds like nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
nonsense.
Sounds like nonsense.
It's nonsensical.
And it sounds like this.
Okay, so I have a very unique UFO experience.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
looking forward to this.
And I've actually talked to people who work at NASA up here in Vandenberg
Oh shit.
about it, and they're allowed to openly speak about it now.
Okay.
Things
Oh.
have changed in the last couple of years.
Right? Yeah.
And I just happened to run into a guy like it was, maybe about a year ago, and I shared my experiences with him, and because his girlfriend, we were just drinking wine in Los Olivos, and his girlfriend's like, "Oh, my boyfriend works like at the space program, NASA Vandenberg Air Force. Like he's
Right.
like all into UFOs. Like talk to him about it." I'm
Oh,
like,
cool.
cool. And so we started chatting. But anyway, this was let's see, my son's 5.5, so this would have been 7 years ago, or maybe 8, I want to say.
Okay.
And we're at Refugio Beach, and I remember it clear as day. It's President's Day weekend. It's a Sunday night,
What time we talking?
about 8 o'clock in the
Okay.
evening.
So it's dark.
It's dark. The campground's full because it's a holiday weekend.
Right.
It's President's Day, and we're on a Sunday, and we're all of sober and sound mind. You know, we had, just had a couple beers, and we just finished dinner, and we're like looking up, and there's 6 of us. So this was shared by 3 couples.
Okay.
Oh.
And
All
Will,
right.
Will knows the story.
Oh,
well.
I love it. Keep
Yeah,
going.
Will knows the story well. And so my ex-wife goes, "Babe, what the fuck is that?" And we all look up, and there's this giant orange light that appeared at first. It was so bright that we thought it was one of those lanterns you let go, like
Oh,
that
right,
they
like a
light up.
Japanese lantern,
or
yeah.
not Japanese, but like Thailand or Indonesia
yeah,
or
yeah. I
somewhere.
gotcha.
You know what I mean? Those they
That's
put
good
the-
luck.
Right, the good luck lanterns. She's like, "Oh, someone's doing it." I'm like, no. And I'm like, I turn around. I was about to yell at my friend Johnny because he's in the car vaping weed. It was back when you had to plug the vape into the car
right,
charger,
yeah.
and it looks like a hot
Oh,
glue
how
gun.
far
He's
we've
got one of
come.
those. I know how far we've come. So this is like 8-9 years ago. But, and I turn around to yell at him. He's standing right behind me because they were in the car and they saw it too. And now the whole campground's down at the beach. We were at the good campsite right by the swing sets to the left at Refugio.
Gotcha. Yep.
And,
I know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're all out in the parking lot now, and we're looking up at this thing, and it's falling from space. And I look over at the moon, and the moon is half full. So I put my thumb over the moon, and then put my thumb over this thing,
Okay.
Smart.
and to get
Yeah, that's. I was going to
size,
ask you some reference.
comparison. Right,
Yeah.
reference. And the best way I could describe it is a fried egg. 1/3 of it is the yolk, and that's bright as fucking orangey white light you've ever seen. I guess more orange. And then the other 2/3 of it is the egg white, but it's perfectly circular. But in the egg white, there's purple, white, and green plasma.
Whoa.
Fucking
Like
plasma.
electricity?
Like you would picture it going,
Right.
but of course it's making no sound. And this thing is falling from like 80,000 feet straight down.
Jeez.
And everybody's watching it. And we're all
Like
going,
into the ocean.
no. So then here's where it gets trippy. It stops right about cruising altitude of a commercial jet, we estimate,
Right.
somewhere between 20 and 40,000 feet, and just stops and stays there for like a fucking minute, and then just starts tracking north.
Whoa.
And the whole experience, all of it, it lasted over 2.5 minutes.
So it's a long time you're
Long
watching this
fucking.
thing.
This is not just like, oh, what was that? I mean, and it changed my life. I go, and I told the NASA guy that last year. He goes, "Yep, that was them." Because I
that
told
was
him
them.
because I have
Way.
other ones where I've seen cigar ships. He goes, "Nah, that's us, man. That's our unmanned drone coming in on a Wednesday night, landing at Vandenberg." But he's like the plasma ones. He's like, "That's them's."
Jesus.
The others, he just said.
Confirmed.
The others. Yeah.
All right.
You heard it here,
It
ladies
makes
and
my
gentlemen.
skin crawl every time I tell the story. My
I know.
ex-wife will tell you the same thing, man. She
Wow.
was
But
there.
the rest of the campground saw it too.
Everybody
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
And you know what the weird thing? There was total media blackout. Like MUFON. I'm a big UFO buff. Like
Okay.
check MUFON. No one ever talked about it.
Huh.
Fucking hundreds of thousands of people saw that. It was 8 o'clock on Sunday on President's Day
Right.
weekend. I mean,
Right.
what the fuck,
How did
man?
somebody not break a phone out?
Right.
Right.
No, I didn't even have an iPhone back then. I was still no flippy phone. It wouldn't have done shit. Like,
Gotcha.
actually,
you're
my
excused, but what about those other assholes?
no, this was 8. None of us had iPhones yet. I remember actually. I think one of my buddies, the dude's wife, tried to film it on her shitty flip phone, and it just didn't look. It just looked like a light. I mean, come on,
Wow.
Right.
crappy old camera. A good iPhone probably would have caught it though these days, for sure.
Well, you definitely outdid my paranormal. You had me. I heard the
I
story.
finally got to share that story.
Well, I'm very
awesome.
happy.
That's a
Yeah,
good
we
one.
That's a very good
fucking
one.
love this. I had a couple little UFO things. I was going to drop little seeds. Have you heard about the Catalina UFOs?
Or the Green Door in Catalina.
So they think they're going underwater and shit.
Oh yeah,
And they-
USOs, unidentified submerged objects.
yeah. But then 1966, they've got some footage of one going across Catalina. Should just maybe check it out.
There is. My dad was a commercial abalone urchin diver for like 15
Oh, okay.
years.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and all those he said all the old guys had stories, man, of seeing shit out
sure.
at the islands. He's like,
Yeah.
because it's the hot spot. You're coming out of the Mariana Trench, the deepest ocean
Right.
in the world.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, we have no idea what's fucking going on down there.
Yeah.
Talk
Did-
about
I bet
unexplained.
he's mentioned in
wait.
that book.
God, I do.
Holy
Right.
shit, I just thought of one thing, and it's really quick.
Okay.
All right.
I have a personal connection, and Will knows who he is, but I'll leave him unnamed, to President
Richard Nixon.
former President Bill Clinton.
Oh.
Okay.
So my buddy's dad went to college with Clinton,
Okay.
and they're close buddies. And I just thought it was about the same time last year. I ran into him last Easter in Los Olivos, and my buddy's dad comes up to me, and I'll do his Arkansas accent or Oklahoma accent. You know, he's like, "Hey Chuck, man, you know, it says you saw a UFO, man. What do you like? If you tell me your story, I'll tell you something really cool, man." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I tell him the story, the same one I just told you guys,
Right.
and he loved it. And I go, "Okay, oh, excuse me, whatever."
We'll block it.
You can do it.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes. Say the first day Bill Clinton's in the office, in the Oval Office, first day. So when did he get elected? 92?
Yeah, something like that,
Something
right?
like that, or whatever. Maybe if I could be.
It
I
was.
have no idea.
No idea.
Okay.
But
92.
he goes, we all called him up and said, "What's up with Area 51, man? Are the fucking aliens real?" And he goes, all he could tell us is, "Hey, man, all I can tell you boys is we are not alone." I was like, yes, it's real.
That's
Straight from Bill
awesome.
Clinton's mouth to my buddy's dad. You heard
Oh
it
my
here.
gosh.
From
Oh.
the former president of the United States.
That's
Wow.
fucking
He goes,
awesome.
"We're not alone, man. That's all
Oh, you
I
could
can
have
tell you."
Oh.